Hey, Ashley.
Hello.
Hey, everybody else that's here, early birds. Hey, Brian. Nice
Hey,
to see you.
how you doing?
I am here.
That's good.
I am here. Yeah, I think today that probably counts for a
That
lot.
yes. Well, good luck.
Thank you. We'll give folks another minute and a half, 2 minutes before we get started here. It's 2 o'clock. We'll give folks one more minute and then we'll get going. Great. Okay, well, welcome to our November General Staff Council meeting. Um, like to thank everyone who is here. And as we kick off, I just want to remind us of our 4 pillars of maintaining a sense of professionalism, teamwork, assuming positive intent, and fostering community where we can find it. And I also just want to add sending out restful kind thoughts to everyone on this call today. So thank you for joining us. We've got a good agenda, and I also want to call out a special hello to Harriet Hopp, President of the Academic Senate, who is joining us today, which is very exciting. Hey, Harriet. Um, and Yeah, and then we have a couple speakers around 3 o'clock. So we'll move through our agenda. We'll plan to take a little break at 10 to 3, come back, hear our 2 speakers, and hopefully wrap up after that. So without further ado, I'd like to pass it over to Ashley Johnson, our secretary.
All right. I sent out the minutes on Monday morning and I received no edits or revisions. And this is just a reminder that only full members of the staff council can vote. So I am going to ask for a motion to approve the minutes as sent. Okay, I've got a motion to approve and a second.
I second.
You. And okay, now all in favor of approving the minutes, please raise your hand and keep it up for just a minute for me.
Digital hand.
Digital hand, please. Yes, I can't scroll through and count that fast. All right. Okay, if you can lower your hands. And then does anyone not approve? Okay, and anyone abstain? Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. The minutes were approved.
Excellent. So Bryant Gordon, our our president-elect, is out of town this week. He would normally be giving a UUSC update, but we don't have one. So next time we'll have that. And then I wanted to just give an update. We had Board of Trustees meeting earlier this month. I was not there. Bryant was there in my stead. And my understanding is that it was a very brief meeting. We recapped to the trustees in our report what we had been up to in September, but there was no additional feedback. And then I had the great good fortune to attend the Academic Senate meeting earlier this week. And Harriet, I expect you will correct me if I misspeak, but some of the highlights that I wanted to share was, first of all, Harriet shared a couple reminders from the CDC about flu and vaccine information. And I'm going to go ahead and drop that information into the chat once I stop talking, because it's really helpful. That just talks about who should consider it and where your options are to go to get your vaccines should you want those for flu and COVID. Yes. Another highlight from the meeting was Dr. Good spoke about the status of his replacement as he's getting ready to retire. And it sounds like there are down to 3 really wonderful candidates. And it sounds like they're hoping to be able to designate his replacement. I believe he said by Thanksgiving, but sometime by the end of the year. There are also a few interim deans in place, just to make you all aware, in case you weren't. Wanda Pillow is currently the acting dean of the College of Humanities after Hollis Robbins left a few weeks ago. And Martell Teasley is currently acting dean of the Honors College, while Manisha Pasupati is on an incredible trip around the world for a few months, but she'll be back at the end of January. And last but not least, there was a very interesting conversation about a project going on around the Honors College for any of you that work there or are interested in it. But roughly what the group is looking at is how to not only increase and further support our honors students. Roughly, it sounds like 9% of our graduate population are in honors. The goal is 10%. These tend to be the higher achieving students. But I think one of their challenges is actual honors completion rates. We tend to be somewhere around 35 to 37%, and our peer institutions are closer to the mid-high 80s. So it sounds like there's going to be some focus on the Honors College to ramp them up to better support honors students and to really increase those completion rates. So those are my updates. Any questions about any of that? Okay. All right. Well, then let's move along to committee updates. And while we do that, I will drop this flu and COVID info in the chat. Let's start with Susan from development.
Hi there, everybody. Here I am. Just took me a minute to click on the right buttons. No, we're moving forward. We've received an account number finally that we can utilize to receive funds. I made a request for that transfer to happen. Hasn't happened yet, but I suspect it will happen very shortly, and have sent out some specs to a short list of people so that we can start to promote the new opportunity and receive applications, hopefully not too long from now.
Susan, are you hoping to launch those applications like in December, or are you thinking in the beginning of the new year? Do you have any sense?
Based on our timing so far, now that we're kind of like bumping up against the holidays, and we haven't quite yet started to formulate any kind of any marketing support. So yeah, I think it's more practical, at least for this initial year, to think about being prepared to launch around second semester when people are kind of paying attention, and the funds hopefully will be centered by then, and we can have some more all of the back end stuff in place by then as well.
Excellent. Any questions for Susan?
And I guess I should say one other thing, Marie. We did our first, thanks to Marie's help, we did our first email going out to full-time employees for any kind of payroll deduction money specifically for the Professional Development Award. And I've been in touch with our accounting staff on the back end, and I was just wondering what the time frame might be to start looking to see if we can see any change, right, in deposits. And he thought that maybe by the end of November would be a little early, but he'll certainly keep an eye out. So again, probably more likely know by January or so if we start to see activity. And as we all know, because we're all the targets of this too, multi-level advertising, multi-level marketing is key. So as we continue to make this message and offer this, I think we're going to hopefully we will see greater results sometime during spring semester, because the message will have been out a few times, either direct direct email or through the newsletter or both, so just that building of messaging, I think, is going to be helpful too.
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, and that would be great if next month, well, next month we don't have a meeting, but back in
Right.
January, maybe to give an update on what kind of impact we saw.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. Okie doke. Any questions for Susan? All right. Melissa, is Melissa on the call to give an update on events?
Hello, hello. We have a fun, and I say fun because it's going to be a party, basketball game coming up here shortly. So please, I'm going to call it a double header, but I don't know if that's a basketball term. Sounds like it to me. So it's a double header basketball game coming up here. It'll be the men's game first. There will be some inner, activities between that game and then the women's game. Swoop is confirmed to be at that activity. That is our teaser. So please come prepared to meet Swoop and get pictures and all that good stuff. That is our big one for November. I'm gonna just put aside.
When is it?
Yes.
When is it, Melissa?
Ooh.
Is that on the
what is that?
22nd?
Yes.
Yeah, November 22nd,
And
3:37.
isn't that also in conjunction with faculty? It's Staff and Faculty Appreciation Night.
Yes.
Excellent.
So feel free to bring all of your coworkers, everybody, your work family. Bring your work family and your home family.
So are the tickets free? Are they discounted?
I think it's $6 for both games.
Okay.
So if you buy one, then you get into the next game.
Excellent.
And then my little plug is, thanks, Anne. Awesome. We will not be having a general meeting next month. We will be having a different holiday social to I almost said to honor for those on staff council. So we will be having that next month. More details to come on that for the staff council members. It will be held at the same time as the general meeting. And then we have already started reaching out to some of our community partners for holiday activities and events, such as like the Nutcracker, Christmas Carol, just things like that. I can't remember if somebody in here had a connection for the zoo. Did somebody knows somebody at the zoo or is friends with them? Because we were trying to get zoo lights. So thank you, Melanie. We will be in contact soon. But yes, other than that, it should get us through this one and December's announcements, just so people are aware. We are hoping to get a lot of these discounts finalized. So watch for them in the December newsletter, not November. Just so that way it can give you things that if you would like to get out during the holiday season and go to things in the community. And as always, whenever you go to some of these events, we just appreciate, and we know the staff appreciate at the communities, just expressing the gratitude that they are willing to even give us these discounts. It goes a long way. I actually ran into somebody who gave us one for Employee Appreciation Day. And she said they were so impressed with all of the staff members that came through their facility that day to utilize the promotion. So thank you to all of you who not only use them, but also are kind and gracious when you show up at the facilities to enjoy them. So thank you. That's what we got.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Any questions for Melissa? Okie doke. Krista, legislative updates. now that we're
Um,
at the 6th, is there anything gearing up behind the scenes for the upcoming session?
Not yet. There is as part of the Senate Advisory Committee on Student, Faculty, and Staff Success, I'll be attending a listening session that the Office for Faculty and the Academic Senate are doing on the DEI bill, HB 261. It's specifically geared towards faculty, but I think it'll be good to listen, get information about the bill there and questions faculty have, because I'm sure they're similar to other people on campus, at least some of them. So yeah, that's about it.
Doke. Yeah, thank you for, I just want to thank you and your committee for all the great information and support and reminders that you gave us as we came through to yesterday. So thank you. And thank you for continuing to do this work because it's really important. Okay, any questions for Krista? All right. Selections. Is Jessica or Mel? Mel, are you on the call? Or Jessica?
I'm here. I had not
Hey.
planned to present specifically, so I'm not sure. I don't know if Jessica will come a little later if we want to wait, but we gave the Tom Leverage or decided on the candidate for that and are working on the professional development awards, and then just heard about the faculty award that we'll work on that one. Those are my updates. Jessica might have more.
Excellent. Do you know if have you communicated to the Tom Leverage recipient yet?
I'm
have
not
you
sure
just
about that.
Okay.
I know we've
Okay.
selected the person. That's all. I know.
Okay. Well, that's half the battle, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Comms. Anne, what's going on with the communications committee?
Right now, nothing new. We are just doing a little bit of shuffling with our committee. And we just sent out the newsletter yesterday. Hopefully everyone was able to view that. Of course, sending in any requests for that newsletter as early as possible is super appreciated. And that's it for now. Thanks.
And just to remind folks, there is a form. There's a link on staffcouncil.utah.edu. If you go into the menu under news, there's a place where if you know and have an event or want to share an announcement, there's a place where you can share that information with Anne and the comms team to get in not only the newsletter, in our social media posts. We also have access to At the U as well as Pulse. So please know that's there. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to Anne or myself or Bryant, and we can get you hooked up with that. New staff connections. David, Thomas, I believe I saw you on the call.
Yes. Thank you, Marie. We have gotten our staff perks page up on the website, and that's available now, as well as a page with community groups, just basically pointing people to different connections that they might be able to find and community on campus. So we'll keep updating those. Both of those pages have submission buttons for anybody and everybody to offer up additional resources to those pages, which will be vetted. And then finally, we have finalized the email content for the 3 emails that'll go out in the new staff drip campaign. Again, that hits new staff members at about less than a month after joining the university, 3 months and 1 year. It's largely geared towards making them feel welcome in the broader staff community, and let them know that they're a part of something bigger, that staff council exists, and that we have resources available to them. So that content's finalized. Marie and I are meeting later this week to talk about sending that out and actually scheduling the send for that. So we will be working on that.
Melissa, I see you have a question. What's up?
Do they have to opt in for those emails, or is that just going to be something as soon as you start, you're on the list?
They can opt out. They do not have to opt in.
Man, I wish I had that when I started.
Yeah, so that is a pretty exciting piece of data that we recently got, so that we can basically every month we'll create this cohort of, hey, you arrived during the last month, and then we put them into that stream. So hopefully that'll work. I wish we had it too when I started. One other thing too, while I just think about it with David speaking, I think David, Bryant, and I have taken on the ad hoc project of supporting Giving Day, to raise funds for the Faculty and Staff Emergency Fund. So David, do you want to maybe give just a brief update on what that entails? Because you attended that first meeting.
Yeah, so the Giving Day campaign, for those who maybe haven't been involved in one of those campaigns before, it's a very organized event across the university. There's central resources that are designated for that, and you can kind of plug into those resources. That makes the lift a lot easier. And so we're taking part in the Faculty Staff Emergency Fund request. Our submission to basically our intent to participate has been submitted. And then we'll be filling out content for that over the coming months. And the whole idea behind the Faculty and Staff Emergency Fund, if you haven't heard of that before, is really, as the name implies, just to have some emergency funds for faculty or staff on campus who hit situations in life that are unforeseen, and they need some extra financial help. So those requests go through the HR's office. HR reaches back out to a few of us on staff council and kind of gets our opinion on those to make sure that they're in line with the expectations for that funding. But that's the hope, and the account itself has been up and down in terms of the funds available in that, and we would like to see a much more consistent funding base in that to be able to do more to support our community members who are hitting hard times. Both faculty and staff. So,
thank you. Any questions? Excellent. All right. What about the ABC committee, access, belonging, and community outreach? Are either Ray or Jason on the call? Ray, there you are. I see your face.
Hello. ABC is working on all the things. Currently, we are looking into a little deeper on partnering with the UN Book Club. And let me see if I can find the information for that. I'll put it in the chat. Is Mandy here to talk a little bit more? Maybe have some of our questions answered? There you are.
Mandy is
Go.
here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we met with, so ABC does run a quarterly book club right now. It's been on hiatus for a little bit of time while we regroup and understand what we want out of this experience. And so in the meantime, I know that we partnered with a wellness book club last year over a one-time event. And UN, Utah Women in Higher Education Network, runs a quarterly book club as well that is in really a fair amount of alignment with what ABC is after. And so we have offered our support to at least for the next year. We are in discussions about possibly just creating like a boilerplate support system from ABC where we can reach out to other book clubs across campus and so be a place to offer marketing support, person hours if possible, so we can kind of help all these other book clubs get some heft or lift off and notice from the campus community. That's something that we are toying with, but for now we are working with UN to sort of see what that would look like and understand what our options are and what we have to offer them. So we will be working with our executive committee to understand what our website bandwidth and what resources we have to offer, and just kind of make this a little more robust experience for everybody who wants to get involved in a book club experience. There is a book club for UN coming up on the 20th. It is Rest is Resistance at the Marriott Library. Thank you, Ray, for posting that in the chat. 12:30 to 1:15. That is where the book clubs are always held. Our next one after that will be January 15th, also a window at Wednesday, same time, same place. The book will be chosen at this next book club, and so that will be posted on the website after that book is chosen. Other than that, if we would love feedback, if you have book club experience, if you have desires for what a book club should look like, we are in our definitely foundation stage, feedback seeking stage. So please reach out to Ali Mensdorf, and I are both kind of piloting this with our UN and with the ABC team. Does anybody have any questions right now?
Awesome. I'm just so excited to go get the book. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah,
Being
for
sort of
sure.
a book club nerd, I don't know if I'm the only one. And if anybody knows me, they know I want to design a mug. So, what's a book club without a drink of some type?
There isn't one. David, thank you for your comment. All this helps create community at the U, creating a unique and valuable work environment and enhancing a sense of belonging. So yeah, that's exactly what we're after, and how we can best do that is our aim.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
That sounds exciting.
Yep.
Any other questions or comments? Speaking of books, this is a good segue. I just want to remind folks that there are free books in the park building as you go into the foyer. On the left-hand side, there's a big table. I believe it's called Build the Life You Want. And these were extra special University of Utah imprinted copies of books that the president bought for students, and they had some extras, and they are free. They are suitable for gift giving. I think they would make an incredible place setting at your holiday gatherings this month. So, and I just checked with our friends in the Office of Student Experience. They have a lot. So, truly, seriously, if you want more than even what's out there and you know people who should read this book, or you want stocking stuffer, just saying, let me know and I can hook you up. So, excellent. All right. Well, we are doing really well. This is very exciting. Let's, if there are any more questions, let's move on to our liaison updates. Andrea Brown, are you on the call? Or Mandy? I saw Bree. Bree, I know. Sorry, just getting back to this chat question. Melissa, no, there's nobody there. Well, the office might. Let's talk. Send me a note and I bet we could hook you up with some books. Anyway, back to HR. Is Andrea or Mandy or Bree, anyone here to give an update from HR?
I'm here, but I don't have an update for HR.
Okay. Well, you don't need to
Sorry.
make up any HR updates.
I don't want
That's
to make
cool.
anything up. That could be very
That's
bad.
That's groovy. Yeah, good idea. And then what about are either Amanda or Byron from hospital HR on the call? I think not. Let's just send them more books. Like, you don't show up to the general call, you're going to get boxes of books. Just saying. Excellent. Bree, what is going on with childcare?
I do not have a lot of updates for childcare. We are meeting with a small group in the real estate people as well as some HR folks to look at some potential sites around campus for childcare, some permanent and some possibly temporary. But I do not have anything nailed down yet. So, but we're moving around. We're moving that way. And then Marie and Mandy from HR and I are working on an employee-specific childcare website. So more to come on that shortly, which
Very
will
excited.
hopefully have a lot of resources
Very
available.
excited about that.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. Awesome.
Thanks in advance, Marie.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for all you do. Any questions for Bree?
So somebody asked me if you are doing anything in outer communities, so like at South Jordan, Farmington, to help with the childcare for those folks, or is it just on campus right now?
Melissa, do you mean like potential childcare sites near those areas? We know we are currently not even, I don't even think that's on our radar. And now what I am doing is part of the website, it'll have a childcare directory that will have some childcare program, community childcare programs around those areas, so people could look towards there. That doesn't mean that at some point we couldn't find some childcare partnerships or potential childcare builds around those sites, but right now we're really looking on campus or near campus. That's what we're doing. So no, and you're welcome to send information, like the person to me. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with them. Yeah.
Wonderful. Any other childcare questions? Okie dokie. Moving on. Kim Barnett from Public Safety. Are you here?
Yeah, hi everyone. I don't have any new updates for you all, just as usual. If anyone has any questions, concerns, I am here all the time. Please reach out, and we're happy to meet you wherever you're at. So that's all I've got, Marie.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Erin Sullivan, I know she was not able to make today's call and didn't have any updates specifically. Kara from Sustainability, are you on the call?
I sure am. Hi, everyone.
How's the air?
The air has been better, but thanks to all of you all, it is getting cleaner every time we choose sustainable transportation options. That's my announcement. Just wanted to report that so far we've had about 20,000 trips logged in the last 5 weeks, which is really exciting to see all the people who are just participating in this challenge, and wanted to remind you all, and I'll drop a link in the chat in a second, that there's still time to participate and log your trips, and that you can backlog them, right? So you can still be eligible to win some of our big prizes, including an e-bike, teleworking can be logged, trip chaining can be logged, carpooling can be logged. And so you could go back and say, oh, I know I telework once a week, so I'm going to put in for the last 6 weeks all of those telework days all in one go. So just here, and thank you, Saul. I don't what you post. Yeah, we've got over 700 participants. It's really awesome. We're really pleased. And so don't miss out.
That's fantastic. And yes, Harriet is leading by example. That's fantastic. When does it, please remind me, when does it wrap up?
November 15th. So we've got 9 days.
Okay. Ends November 15th. Okay, excellent.
Yep.
Any sustainability questions for Kara? Okay. Britta, what is happening with employee wellness and well use?
Sorry, I'm slow, but I do have a comment.
Oh,
And
yes, Harriet. Yay.
Kara, thank you so much for the sustainability work. I find the Clear the Air website a little difficult to navigate, so I haven't been good about doing it. I will say, if you have any influence with facilities management to put in more bike racks around campus, especially up on the health campus, and especially ones that aren't like right up next to a building so you can't actually use them, that would make biking to campus so much more pleasurable. It's fine when I'm at the Helix building, we've got great bike racks, but like the biology complex has great, but there are very vast deserts of bike racks on campus. And one more thing, which is there's those 2 lanes that go kind of between like the Park building and the Union building and then up to the Marriott Library Plaza. There's like 2 sidewalks, and one of them you can see at one point was a bike lane. We do have bike lanes. If you can get them to repaint that as a bike lane so that we could separate the oblivious pedestrians from the speeding bikers and other forms of wheeled transport, you would save lives, I think.
So
You are
Solomon is on here. Any thoughts, Solomon, or feedback on bike racks and or bike lanes?
Yep, I was just typing it in the chat, but yeah, so John Close with Campus Planning and I are the ones who oversee the bike parking infrastructure now. Any requests should come to us. We do view things, there are some guidance in the planning process, so any request does have to fit within that, but we're happy to review it. I know that the hospital area specifically with all of the construction has lost quite a few racks as well, so I don't think that would be a problem.
And I will add, there was a theory that it would become more pedestrian and biker friendly going up past the hospital when they got done. The whole thing has been a huge mess, but it is the opposite of bike friendly on that part. Like there's stairs, it's death defying. Fortunately, I don't have to go there very often. Construction is certainly a big component of all this debacle of getting around on the health campus, but any pressure you can put on and poor Mike Good, I think, is beside himself over all of that. But you cannot ride your bike successfully up that new multi-rotary space. I guess you can go past the JCC, but it's not a bike friendly path.
And so
Yeah.
that's a good
Old
comment
people can't do that, David.
Solomon, is there a link that you could drop in the chat for any specific requests?
Just email me.
Just email you.
Summarize
Okay.
that, or take a image, a map, and like draw on it. Basically, we're still figuring out a method to do this, so we just need to sit down and meet and talk through them. So for now, just shoot me an email.
Excellent.
I wanted to add in there the link, the second link that I put in the chat is to the physical development plan. And there's an opportunity. A lot of the engagement has already passed, but at the bottom of the page that I just linked, you can scroll down and there's a chance for you to put in other comments or feedback. And that could be a really great place as well to really advocate for what you're saying. Because I think those separated bike and pedestrian and the bike accessibility in the racks is huge. And the more people that we hear that from, the better that the campus can actually respond to that. And thank you for caring about this.
I'll add one more thing, which is I think there's been a real focus on putting the sort of indoor bike places that you can lock in that add 10 minutes to your commute. So I think a combination of easily accessible bike racks where if you don't think your bike's going to get stolen because you've got a good lock and it's not super fancy, and also the indoor ones where you can have a super safe would be really good. It feels like they're investing more in those indoor bike locker places.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Harriet, please come always. Please attend these meetings always. This is amazing. Groovy. Any other comments for like Solomon? You're getting like double whammy here. For Solomon or Kara? Okay, cool. Rita, now how's about? Do you have any updates for us on you and wellness in general?
Wellness in general, I'll start with tag teaming off of Kara's Clear the Air Challenge announcement. That one does actually count for WellU Wellness Activity Credit. So just one other carrot. Which got me thinking about some of the comments regarding kindness and appreciation. It might be a great opportunity to focus on that and create wellness challenges in our groups. So if any of you are thinking, gosh, we could use a little bit more of that mindset among our teams, I'm going to go ahead and create a departmental wellness challenge, at least 6 weeks long, around appreciation or kindness, and then it can count for a WellU Wellness Activity Credit. So I can link hyperlinks or put hyperlinks in the chat for you all, so you know where to apply or share your ideas on your wellness challenge, and then where you would report that participation. In terms of, yes, Melanie, do you have a question?
Yeah, you had mentioned that, we might be able to set it up so we could get credit. Would that be true for both hospitals and clinics and campus?
Yeah, good question. So hospitals and clinics employees, if they are not academic health sciences, their wellness program is not exactly a program. It's more like benefits. So the benefits are all the same in that you get subsidized programs and services. Just hospitals and clinics employees don't have to do things to earn check marks to earn an insurance premium reduction. So getting to the nitty gritty, hospitals and clinics, in my opinion, it's not a program, meaning you have to do X, Y, and Z to earn A. Where main campus and academic health science employees are on more of a program system. But we would still encourage you to do wellness challenges because it's a great way to bring employee groups together and increase camaraderie.
I love that. I also really loved David's suggestion in the chat. Imagine if everyone on main campus wrote a thank you letter to an individual in hospitals and clinics. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. What else, Britta? That's amazing.
In terms of WellU, I guess I'll just share here, HR put out, or they sent to our homes, a pamphlet that said, reach out to wellness for your personalized link. That's actually super challenging to do. So everyone who has reached out to me, it is looking for their personalized link. I've said, actually, did you know you probably have it in your inbox or you're deleted, and just search for it from wellness@utah.edu, and then eureka, they found it. So every 28 days, every employee who has yet to participate or complete their HRA will get a reminder invitation. So our preference is to wait the T-minus 28 days or less for your next customized invitation, or search in your inbox or you're deleted because it's probably there. But we just sent out yesterday another one of those big pushes, and in one day we had 1,000 more employees complete their HRA. So at least in the meantime, if you have someone this week that says, where's my HRA invite? We sent it yesterday. It's probably in there somewhere. But yeah, any questions about the WellU program or the HRA, I'm happy to answer as well.
That's amazing. Thank you for all you do, Britta.
Thank you for all you do, Marie.
All right. We'll move on, but if you have questions for Britta, please give a shout. Mandy, is Mandy on the call? Don't think I saw her. We're going to skip over. Mandy is probably resting quietly, still recovering from EAD. And then Solomon, any additional updates that you'd like to share?
Nothing new. Everything's still moving forward at the pace that it does. So more news next year, hopefully.
Okay. Did you get any? I'm just curious. You had spoken in the past about getting some electric chargers installed. Are those continuing to roll out, or have you done what you're going to be doing for 2024 and now waiting for
No,
2025?
it's just the bid process. It's a construction project because of the scope. So those will be, and luckily they're being installed mostly in garages. So that'll be able to be done in the winter. So they haven't been installed yet, but they should be very, very soon.
Excellent. Excellent. Any questions for Solomon and commuter services? Okay. That sounds great. It is, oh man, we are 4 minutes ahead of schedule. What I would suggest is, unless, does anyone have any other topics or questions that we haven't already addressed? We could bring those up now. Or we can go ahead.
I have, sorry, sorry, my name's Tracy. I'm in internal medicine, and I
Hi,
apologize.
Tracy.
This is my first meeting, and I did have a question about commuter services. This may have already been addressed at some point, but some point after COVID, the on-demand shuttle from the hospital, like around Research Park area, stopped, and it's if I'm not driving and I need to get from the hospital like over to clinical neurosciences center, over by the fire station in Research Park, there's no longer a shuttle. And I asked the hospital about it, and they said you can take 2 buses, which isn't practical when you're trying to get to a couple of back-to-back appointments, or you can pay for a Lyft or Uber. And I don't know if there's anything on the horizon about getting a shuttle back or something to help get around the hospital side of campus. Because it was pretty frustrating when I was like really in a pinch, and I ended up having to pay for an Uber to get over to my next appointment.
Yeah, our shuttles division is always analyzing how effective our shuttles are. That, we don't want to drive around campus with empty shuttles, and so I know that we're always adjusting. It's kind of frustrating from a lot of people because the shuttles seem to just disappear sometimes, and I think that we definitely could improve communication. We do still have a route that runs to where you're going. It just doesn't run all the way to the front of the hospital anymore. It's it ends on the south side by the what's that building where the children's center used to be on Mario Capecchi.
Oh, okay.
So it's still running.
Down by PCH, primary children's. Okay. All right. Didn't know that.
You can look at, you can see all the routes, uubus.com.
Okay.
And
all right.
But otherwise,
that's
email
good to
me,
know.
and I'm happy to pass that along.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Awesome. Great question, Tracy, and welcome. Yeah. Any other newcomers, first time, but we should ask any other first time attendees have a question for staff council? All right. Well, if you think of something, put it in the chat, or let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break. Let's reconvene at 3 o'clock when we're going to have the first of 2 short presentations. First about University Connected Learning, followed by Campus Rec. So if you want to mute yourselves, put up your photo, we'll see you at 3 o'clock. All right, it is 3 o'clock. Welcome back from your respite. I hope you did something wonderful during your 10-minute break. And now let's see, is Summer. Summer, are you on the call?
I am.
Yay! So, Summer Pesatore, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Perfectly, actually.
From University Connected Learning. Take it away.
Okay, first off, I do have a little presentation, so if you don't mind, I am going to share my screen.
Excellent.
Let's see. All right, can you see this presentation?
Yeah.
Excellent, great. Okay, thank you. Well, first off, I just want to thank you all for your time and for having me here. I have never been to one of these meetings before, so thank you for the invite. It's lovely to be here. My name is Summer Pesatore. I am the Associate Director of PR and Communications over in University Connected Learning. Some of you may have known us as continuing education and community engagement. I know we've gone through some name changes over the years. Right now we are University Connected Learning, and what we basically do is we house all of the University of Utah's continuing education, which I'm going to focus on today. U Online is also in our portfolio. The one specific reason I am not including U Online in our presentation today is only because those tuition reduction benefits for staff work the same exact way that every other degree seeking program at the university does. There's nothing special about that. But UCL does host all of the U Online programs under their portfolio. And we also house the digital learning teams over in UCL. So we do a lot, but what we're mostly known for is continuing education, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
Summer, you just muted.
Oh, thank you. I hit my space bar trying to change the slide, and it in fact muted me. You would think 4 years after the pandemic we would learn, but here we are. Okay, first we'll start with youth education. So for those of you that don't know, youth education hosts a variety of different things for children, starting as young as the age of 5. They have something called the Club U Summer Camp. So that's 11 weeks of full day summer engagement for those ages 5 to 14, where campers are both on and off campus, and they participate in a lot of transformative and educational programming under the care and support of our camp staff, which are primarily actually University of Utah undergrads. They also host what's called campus camps and pre-college at the U. So this is focused academic camps and classes for those ages 8 to 17, and they go beyond just like a simple introduction to those subject areas. They go hands-on and they get deep into exploring exciting subjects with experts and university staff and faculty. They also have something that's called PATHS, PATHS, and that stands for Providing Access Throughout High School. So that program was created to empower first generation and a lot of underrepresented students in their journey towards higher education. This is a 4-year cohort program. It starts the summer before the student begins high school. What it does is it helps to keep them engaged with their academic and extracurricular pursuits, while also providing them some unique opportunities to utilize the resources and different pathways for higher education here at the University of Utah. So when it comes to staff, if you're interested in having your child join one of these youth education programs, you do get a tuition discount of 15%. That is 15%. And they are also always looking for community instructors in addition to campus partnerships. So if you or anyone you know wants to pitch a class and get paid to teach something that you're passionate about with a lot of kids, please reach out. We're happy to hear from you. All right, second thing we'll talk about is academic non-credit. So these are basically classes taught by University of Utah professors. As long as you are 18 and over, you are welcome to register. You do not need to apply to the U. You don't need to be admitted. And what this allows you to do is just participate in the same semester-long classes as college students, but you don't have to take the tests or be worried about getting graded. In this case, all staff are eligible for the classic 50% tuition discount. It's only tuition though. It does not include a discount on any associated fees. The next program that UCL hosts is the ELI program. That is called the English Language Institute. So what this does is this is general English courses for those who are beginning and intermediate English speakers. So most of these classes are taught over eight-week sessions. They're partnered with Zion's Bank Advanced English program that lasts 15 weeks. These sessions are part-time study, and then the classes are taught usually in the evenings, Monday through Thursday. There is a series of different classes that students will go through depending on what their level is. And you can kind of see here, level 1 is basic grammar, vocabulary, and basics, all the way through level 5, which is complex sentences. Again, these courses are eligible for your University of Utah staff tuition reduction benefit. Same rule applies. It's for tuition only, not any fees that are also associated. We have lifelong learning. I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, but self-admittedly, I do. I think lifelong learning, when people think of continuing education, I think what they're mostly probably thinking about are things like lifelong learning. This program is all of kind of the fun stuff. They offer classes online and in person to anybody 18 years of age or older. There is a variety of classes that are offered. These are all taught by local experts, some of which are University of Utah staff or professors. Their classes span from anything from career and finance to crafts, photography, food and wine, music, local exploration, recreation, writing, so on and so forth. One example of a fun class is actually a wine and gourmet popcorn pairing. So that's just a way, if you're wanting to take a date night to the next level, that might be a fun class to take. So lifelong learning just has a bunch of different options for you. And again, same tuition discount applies, 50% off of your tuition as a University of Utah staff member. Again, no fees though. All right, we also have a program called Go Learn. So this is one of the high impact practices that the U offers to students for learning abroad. So if you are wanting to take a trip to any of the fabulous countries, or some of them are actually in the US, but a lot of times they are out of the country. They've gone to Spain. I think they're actually in Spain now. I know they went to Italy the first year that I was here. They did a photography trip in Moab. They have a bunch of different things going on in London. During the Christmas season, they usually take folks over to London to celebrate the Christmas season. They do Shakespeare tours and all of that. This is a faculty-led, so a University of Utah faculty-led travel program. It's kind of like a mini learning abroad opportunity. It's only a bit more high-end, and there are no exams at the end of it. It really provides highly engaged experiences, allowing people to travel in a group, allowing people to be led on that group and learn something. Unfortunately, there is no staff tuition discount for these trips. However, there is a huge loophole here. If you are an expert either in one of these countries, if this is somewhere that you've used to live, if this is something that you teach or you know very well, you can apply to actually be a trip leader. And if you are selected, you actually do get to go on that trip for free because you're working it. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out and I can walk you through how to go about getting vetted to be a Go Learn instructor. We also have professional education. So professional education offers basically responsive training for today's working professionals, and they provide you exactly with what you need to stay relevant. So a lot of the students that kind of flock to ProEd, ProEd for short, are students that are already in the workforce. They either need to refresh on some skills. They do a lot in project management, coding. They have some coding boot camps and whatnot. So this is really for folks. You can earn some credit here if you're looking for a certificate and you need that to get either a bump in pay or you're trying to get a promotion where you currently work, this is going to be the program for you. For this is kind of twofold here. So staff do get 50% off of professional education courses that are usually around $400 or less. Now, this is just the easiest way to explain it. Classes or programs with ProEd that are above $400 are usually partnered with a third party. And what that means is we have a partnership right now with a company called Ziplines Education. And what they do is they actually offer these classes on their platform. And so they are hosted by Ziplines, but they go through professional education. So technically that's a third party partnership. And for those types of ProEd partnerships, unfortunately, there is no university staff discount. But again, for ProEd courses, usually around $400 or less, you do get half off of your tuition as a University of Utah staff member, and that does not include any fees. Again, just a little bit more about ProEd. They do a lot of business management and communication certificates and programs. Human resource management is huge for them. Tech boot camps, test preps, things like that. Lastly here, we've got Osher Lifelong Learning. So this is a program that's actually national. The University of Utah was one of the first universities in the country to be given funding to start an Osher program by Bernard Osher himself. And basically what this is it's dedicated to lifelong learning experiences for those aged 50 and better. We are one of the largest and most successful Osher programs in the country with over 1,600 members, and it's growing every single day. They offer courses, tours, educational field trips during 4 terms out of the year, over 6 weeks each. They're fall, winter, spring, and summer. They serve individuals as far north as Logan and as far south as Lehigh. And again, they have Osher members as young as 50 and as old as 105. So again, learning doesn't have to stop after you're an undergraduate or a master's degree student. It can go on forever. With this, you do get a tuition discount that applies to your courses. Again, that's that same 50%. In this case, though, to take courses, you do have to have an Osher membership and also be aged 50 or better. And that is $40 for 4 terms. So once you pay that $40 for the membership, then you do get to use your University of Utah staff tuition reduction benefit for the classes. Okay, I know I went pretty fast, so apologies there, but if you are interested in learning more about any of the continuing education courses through UCL, feel free to visit continue.utah.edu. The website is super easy to use. You can navigate to any of the programs that I talked about here today. You can pick a class or a program that you're interested, and if you're unsure about what your benefit is going to be, feel free to reach out to me directly. That's summerpesator@utah.edu. I'll drop it in the chat, or feel free to reach out to the contact information for that specific program. But that is all I have for you formally. So if you have any questions, I am happy to answer them.
Summer, that's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Do we get? I'm a big lifelong learner. I have the button to prove it that I got at EAD and can speak very highly and specifically about the classes I've taken. It's been really amazing. And I saw that you just released the spring catalog.
Yes, the spring catalog just came out, I think last week. Izzy, she's the director of our lifelong learning. She dropped a message to everybody that they were officially online and up and running, and the spring catalog is out. That's often, people really look forward to that. And it's just a list of all of the cool lifelong classes that are going to be offered in the upcoming semester. Lifelong learning is also so interesting that we often get a lot of hits with our press releases when we do release them. One of our most popular ones is that they packaged a bunch of lifelong classes in anticipation of the election. Basically was like to help people kind of cope with and kind of navigate through the election. And it was all sorts of classes like media and fact checking. So media literacy and fact checking. And that one was taught by one of our own associate librarians here at the Marriott Library. So it's everything from that to now for the holidays, we're getting ready to release another one. So if you folks are interested, it's like how to make your own gifts Do you want to make a hair barrette? Learn how to do that. For Halloween, they were taking tours around, certain cemeteries. There's just like so many cool things to do. And sometimes these classes are as little as like $39. You know what I mean? So then you slap your tuition discount on top of it, and it's like, what a cool way to spend a night. And sometimes these classes are literally just a couple of hours and that's it. So it's just a way, like you said, Marie, to experience it, use the resources that you have here at the university, and just have fun with it.
The other thing I would say is, if I had an experience where there was a class I wanted to take, it was full, it was sold out. But there is an add to wait list option.
That's right.
And UCL is so awesome about giving you first dibs the next time they offer it. So I would say, don't be discouraged. Jump on that wait list.
Thank you for that shout out. And we also, too, if classes are getting waitlisted, then we know to ask that instructor to offer it again. So if they are popular and you don't get in, have no fear. If it's really doing that well, chances are we're probably going to be offering it again. So just hang tight. All right, I will just drop my personal email in the chat. Again, if anybody goes home tonight and has a random thought that they forgot to ask or a question, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm just dropping my email here. Happy to either get you in touch with the correct people at Continuing Education, or happy to just answer your questions myself.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Summer. Now I need to hop off and go look at the spring catalog.
Go, please. Everybody go look at the spring catalog. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate you all taking time out of your day to listen to me present, and thank you for the invite. Appreciate it.
Excellent. Next up is, I pray I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Kyra Seprish?
Kira Seprish.
Kira Seprish. Gosh darn it. Kira, nice to meet you. From Campus Rec, here to talk about your services and facilities available to staff. Take it away.
Cool. So I also have a quick little presentation here I'll share. There. Okay, so you guys should be able to see it, right? Okay, good. Okay, so my name is Kira Seprish. I work at the Student Life Center, which is run by Campus Rec Services, and I'm the manager of marketing here. So I'm just going to give you a very brief kind of what services are available to staff, because we all know that these services are available to students, but they're available to you guys as well. So first of all, we are located in Upper Campus, if you didn't notice that. We're right across from Legacy Bridge, that big white bridge that goes across Mario Capici. We're also right next to Cowlert Village and the new Epicenter. So all the information I'm going to talk about today, you can find on our website here. And then we've also got a social media where you're going to find the most updated programmings and everything too. So some of the things that are available in our building. The summit is one of our biggest attractions. When people come into the building, the first thing that they look at and they really see is this big, huge climbing wall. So we have a 54-foot climbing wall, and that includes the climbing with the ropes. And then we also have a 13-foot bouldering wall. Now the bouldering wall, you don't need to have any kind of training. You don't need a rope. You can just go hop on there and start climbing it. We do have shoes, climbing shoes available for rent in our building, and they're only $2. So if you want to get started, this is a great way to do it. And if you're interested in something a little bit more advanced, like let's say you want to do the rope climbing, we offer instructional clinics. They're only $5, and that includes your shoe rental. So it's a really great way to get started on climbing if it's something that you want to try for the first time. A lot of people in our, a lot of staff already know that we have equipment rentals. So outdoor adventures, if you are looking to go skiing, snowboarding, rafting in the summer, we have everything that you need. And we are one of the largest collegiate rental shops in the entire state. So if you have a Campus Rec membership, you can go ahead and rent all of the stuff that we offer for a 25% discount. And our prices are already low to begin with. So that's a really, really good rate. You also do not have to have a Campus Rec membership to rent from us. So we are open to the general public as well. Now, let's say you want to go explore the great outdoors, but you've never been whitewater rafting before and you're not comfortable just renting the equipment and going out. you can go on one of our outdoor adventure trips. So previously, our outdoor adventure trips were limited to students only, but we have recently opened them up to staff and faculty as well. So you can all go on these, and we do have a good following of staff and faculty. So you will definitely not be the only one if you go on these trips. So right now we're just finishing up our fall trips, which included a lot of rafting and climbing and camping. On December 2nd, I will have our spring trips posted. And the first half of spring trips, we're going to have a lot of, cross-country skiing, backcountry skiing, stuff like that. And then as things get warmer, we'll get more into the whitewater rafting. So if you're interested in a trip, it includes a very experienced instructor. It includes all the equipment, all the food, and all the transportation. So the main reason why everyone gets a Campus Rec membership is, of course, to work out, right? So the core is our main area. It is our entire second level. So over 15,000 square feet of free weights, Olympic weightlifting platforms, cable machines, basically anything and everything.
No, I think he
that
just
you could
took
possibly
off,
want to work
and I
out.
don't know. Nobody's
is
heard or
someone-
seen from him since I believe it was the.
Suzanne, could you mute yourself? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
And then if you guys want to do any special events, we also have a powerlifting competition and a self-tracked triathlon twice a year. So once each semester we'll offer both of those competitions. I just did the triathlon myself and I'd never done one before. That was amazing. I actually didn't think I was capable, so I surprised even myself. I did way better than I thought I would. So highly recommend. The Crimson Lagoon is also part of our facilities. It includes an indoor 50-meter lap pool, an indoor leisure pool, a large indoor spa, so really great for after a full day of skiing to come sit in that spa. We do have an outdoor pool. It's currently closed because of the weather, but during the summer, if you're around, that is a great place to go cool off. And then something that's really special for staff and faculty is we have group swim lessons. So if you've got children that are looking to start swimming, we offer 10-week courses. It's a parent and child course, and it's only $55. And I don't know if you've ever looked into swim lessons for kids, but that is an amazing deal. So spring swim lessons, I will be posting those on November 23rd. So if you're interested in spring lessons, those will be live November 23rd. I must warn you though, they fill up quickly. They're very popular. So we also manage all the courts and fields. So if you're running around on McCarthy track, or if you're playing soccer up on the parking garage where we've got that outdoor field, that's all us. We also manage indoor courts. So as we're getting colder and colder this winter, we've got all of our indoor basketball courts, indoor soccer, indoor volleyball, basically any sport that you play outdoors, we have a way for you to play it indoors as well. Group fitness. So group fitness is an additional cost. It will not be included with your CRS membership. If you would like to sign up for group fitness, it is an additional $125 for the whole semester, but you may attend as many classes as you like. So if you attend 2 classes a week, you're only paying $3 per class, which is an amazing rate if you've ever done group fitness. Another great thing is we will offer group fitness for free 3 times a semester. So the first week of every semester, the break, so whether that be fall break or spring break, and then the last week of every semester when the kids are doing finals week, you can come in and take as many classes as you like and see if group fitness is even something that you want to sign up for, if you even want to pay for that pass. So definitely take advantage of those free weeks. You can only do a free week if you have a CRS membership. So you don't need a group fitness pass to go to the free weeks, but you do need to still have a membership to our building to be able to go to the free weeks. We also have personal training in our building. So a lot of the students here that are going to get, their nutritional degrees and such, they do come in and they offer personal training as they're working towards their degrees. So if you're really trying to hone in and get specific goals, they are a great resource. They're also amazing if you've never really used the gym before. I know when I first started working here a couple years ago, I didn't really spend much time in the gym, and a lot of those machines are really intimidating to me, and I didn't even know what to do with them. So to have someone go around with you the first time. This is how you adjust it. This is kind of the weight that you may want to start at. Maybe that machine you're not quite ready for yet, but you know what? This one over here does the same thing, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. That's something that they can offer for you. They can also give you much more specialized goals if you are more of an athlete or if you're really trying to reach a very specific goal. Another thing that we have that is very special for staff is we have this Fit 3D body scan over here on the side. You can see this woman standing on like this big, huge scale looking thing. And what it does is you stand on it and it measures you from head to toe all the way around and gives you all kind of data that you couldn't possibly get from a scale. That gives you a much more accurate representation of how you're reaching your goals. Because we know you step on a scale, it gives you a flat number. That's not necessarily telling you the whole truth. You may have a lot more muscle and you're not realizing that because you're just looking at a number on a scale. Another thing is this Fit 3D scan, it counts towards one wellness activity. So you get credit for this, for your WellU benefits. You also get to do one for free. So I've put the promo code on here. Each employee gets to do this at least one time for free. So you get it for free and it counts as a wellness activity. So definitely sign up for one of these if you get a chance to do so. We do offer intramural sports. Intramural sports, I did make sure to double check. You are able to do this as staff and faculty. You're totally welcome to join intramural sports. And we do actually have some teams that are strictly staff. And they are strictly going up against the students and kind of whooping their butts sometimes. Actually, most of the time, they whoop their butts. So if this is a great staff bonding experience for you, I highly recommend it. You do have to have a CRS membership, but you do not need to be a student. So if you ever forget something and you're in our building, we've got everything you could possibly need, from water bottles to climbing shoes to chalk, weightlifting belts, lockers, whatever you need, we have it for very, very cheap, if not free, at our gear rental station. And then these are the membership rates for staff and faculty. I've got our monthly memberships on here. We can do payroll deduction if you like. I've also included our annual memberships. And then there's also the option to do a day pass. Let's say you just want to check it out. You're not sure yet if this is going to be a good option for you. If you do have a membership, you can do a guest pass and you can bring people in with you. And if you're doing one of the swim lessons, you don't need to purchase a CRS membership to be able to do those swim lessons. You can just simply purchase a workshop pass, and that'll just get you in for just when you need to do those swim lessons, and that's all. Another WellU benefit I do want to remind you guys of, just by visiting our facility 10 times on separate days is yet another completion of a wellness activity. So you have two different ways to complete your wellness activities. And if you do the math and you complete all of your WellU benefits, you're saving an average of $20 a month. Your membership is $24.70. You're paying $4.70 in a sense a month for your membership. So double whammy really helps you out a lot. And then if you ever want to know what's going on at Campus Rec, we've got a lot of fun events all the time. Definitely follow us on social media. You're going to find all of our new programming. You know, if we've got a sale going on, those used equipment sales, those are all us. So if you're interested in that, follow us on social media. And let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm sorry that was a little fast.
Okay, that's amazing. I just want to say, why don't we all have this? Why don't we all do this all the time? This is amazing. Any questions? David.
Yeah, thanks for the information. Is there any chance of during one of the slow times of the year, like the holiday breaks when the center's still open, but students aren't around, that there could be a free trial period for staff and faculty to try out the whole facility?
Yes, so I typically do this in the spring semester. Last year we did it for a whole week, and I believe it was in February. I'll send out a notification, definitely. So keep an eye on our social media, and we're going to send out an email to all staff and faculty to let you guys know. So last year we did a whole week. You had a whole week to come in and use all of our facilities for free. And it also coincided with a week that was free for group fitness. So we really worked it out. We haven't picked a time yet, but we will have another free week for staff and faculty in the spring.
Great. If you can let us know, we'll put it in our newsletter too, and we can get the word out that way as well.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds awesome.
Any other questions?
There were 2 in the chat about adult swim lessons and then ones for
yes.
dogs.
We do have adult swim lessons. So we have beginner all the way through advanced adult swim lessons.
Amazing. And is all the pricing on the website for all these classes?
Yes, so all the pricing is listed. Pricing varies between $55 and $65 for the swim classes. And I'll pop the presentation here into the chat as well. There's a lot of QR codes on there that'll take you directly to all the stuff that I chatted about today.
Excellent. All right. Any other questions?
Oh, the name of the body scan thing is Fit 3D Body Scan, and I can pop the link directly to that here in the chat. There you go.
Fantastic. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing all this amazing info. We do like to recap these presentations in our next newsletter. So yeah, if you feel comfortable, you've already shared the slides with us, that would be great. We will make sure to share this information.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. Well, thank you. Okay. Wow. So we are booking and we are so on time. Does anyone have any shout outs or successes that they'd like to share? Any moments of gratitude, as Britta mentioned? This could be a practice for a Well You challenge.
I'm grateful for my knitting project. It is grounding, it is calming, and I feel like I'm being productive.
That's excellent. Speaking of, I've taken the Lifelong Learning offers some really wonderful embroidery classes. I took one and found it to be very meditative. Thank you for that. Yes, Susan.
Yeah, I just thought I'm so grateful for the department that I work in. We're doing an entire week of gratitude this week. All kinds of things are being provided, depending on whether you kind of want to write a note and send it to somebody or just leave something on a whiteboard, or I mean, it's just everybody has a different level of personal space and feels differently. And I think that's important to recognize that, not everybody's going to throw their arms around you and thank you, but, to give everybody different levels and ways to do it. Anyway, it's made a really lovely theme and feeling for our department this week.
I love that. Thank you. Anyone else?
I have a personal one. My son was
Yeah.
able to vote this year. He turned 18, so that was a fun thing to be part of. And I made him walk in to do it instead of sending in the vote, just to get the experience. So
That's
was a cool thing.
amazing. That's amazing. Oh, that's incredible. All right. Any final thoughts, suggestions? And I am grateful for you sharing you and your kitty. Look at that. Beautiful. Maybe we need to have one of our general meetings where everyone brings an animal with them. I think that might that might make things just that much better. Just saying. All right. And Karen has mentioned here in the chat, thank you for the staff discount to Pioneer Theater Company. Yay! Yes, so excited to read. Individual tickets are available at a discount. Yeah, and I guess it's a great reason to get you out of the house because you need to go buy them in person. So that's good too. All right. Any final questions, comments? All right. Well, then let us. I'm
I want
looking
to sneak in
for.
real quick. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard back from Pioneer Theater and the discount, it's a 50% discount on all tickets purchased. So anyone you want to go to and all of the tickets, not just you for yourself. It's if you're buying one for someone else or your family, you get 50% off all of them.
Excellent. That is excellent. Thank you, Anne. There is not a link for the tickets and discounts, but it was in the newsletter. And yeah, if you go to Pioneer Theater Company, that was the link that shows what's playing right now. But in order to get the discount, you need to go to their box office in person and show your U card.
Yeah, they're going to be working on that. So as soon as they do get a link that works that way, I will be for sure share it with you. But for now, we have to buy them in person.
Yeah, yeah. Excellent. All right. Anything else? Okay, well, then would someone like to make a motion that we adjourn? David, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, shall we vote? All those members, please vote in the appropriate manner. Raise your digital hand. We're practicing our parliamentary procedure. We are not nearly as good as the academic senate. All right. Excellent. Any opposed? Please put your hands down. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I wish you all rest and peace. And thank you all for sharing this time. All right. Bye.